Welcome to the first home focus series of the Move IQ podcast, brought to you in association with Skipton Building Society. We're sharing all important advice for first-time buyers. And I'm joined today by Andy from Skipton Building Society, who will be able to share what and why you need to make yourself eligible for a mortgage. So stay tuned. This is important stuff. Andy, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So what is the difference between a mortgage offer and a mortgage in principle?
Okay, so mortgage in principle is the first document that an applicant would get, which effectively gives an indication of how much a lender is willing to lend.
Yeah.
Willing being the optimum word here. Mortgage offer comes following that, which effectively an underwriter's got their hands on the case, they've underwritten it, they're happy to lend the amount they've requested, subject to further conditions, which is usually solicitors' checks and so on.
So mortgage in principle, you haven't found the property at that point.
Yeah.
It's in theory, we
Yeah.
would lend you this,
Yeah.
subject to finding the house.
Correct.
You then find the house, apply for the formal mortgage,
Application.
survey
Yep.
happens, valuation, all the rest of it. Then you get the mortgage offer.
Yes, mortgage offer will be issued after that.
And I guess the time frame can vary.
Yeah, it can, depending on how complex the case is, the type of property that is. So, yeah, I mean, it could be with some lenders a day, depending on how it's all done, if it's automated, but it could take
Yeah.
up to 6 weeks, 8 weeks potentially.
So that's for the mortgage in principle, or the mortgage?
That's the mortgage offer.
It could take a day.
Yeah.
Somebody's moving quickly.
Yep.
Because there's a lot to go through, but I guess
There
some
is.
of that comes down to how well prepared you are, how readily the information is available, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And it's from both sides. So from an applicant side of having all the documents and paperwork ready,
Yeah.
plus the lender being able to effectively automate the process.
Right. How long would a typical mortgage offer last for?
So the norm is around 6 months for most lenders. But obviously it can vary depending if it's a new build, it might be a little bit more or less. But yeah, around 6 months.
And if there were delays in the transaction process, could you extend that?
Yeah, with most lenders you can extend. Again, you've got to be aware that it's not as simple as sending in an application and saying, here we go, can we extend? It may be reassessed, and
Okay.
all being well and satisfied, the lender would obviously ask for pay slips or updated documents potentially. And if it is all okay, potentially extend for 3 to 6 months, depending on which lenders you go with. But you need to check that it's extended on the same product,
Yes.
or is it a change of product?
I was going to ask that. So say your product is a variable product, and say it takes 6 months,
Yep.
by which time interest rates have changed.
Yep.
Have you, because you've got a mortgage offer,
Yeah.
have you secured the rate before the interest rates change?
So it depends with what lenders you apply with. Some lenders, they'll secure the rate for you at decision in principle. Some of them would only do it when you fully submitted an application.
Okay. What happens if a mortgage offer expires, or if a mortgage offer can't be extended? What do you do then?
So if it's come to that situation, then normally, if it can't be extended, then effectively, so the best scenario will be they've extended it once, potentially they want to try again because there's further delays. Usually the lender would say, we're not allowing it, you have to start from the beginning. So you'd have to do a new application with whatever rates are available at that time.
Okay. And for someone who's got a mortgage offer now, have you got any practical tips for them how to manage it, what to be wary of?
Yeah, I would say, again, just be diligent with it. Don't go crazy buying new things or getting taken on new debt or going into overdraft. Make sure you can keep things as they were at time of application and as consistent as possible until you complete.
Yeah, I do hear stories of people breaking out the champagne too early. You actually need to get everything done, complete the property, get the mortgage, and then open.
Exactly that. I've always said it. It's not yours until you get the keys.
Yeah. Andy, good to see you as always.
See you too. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Move IQ's First Home Focus podcast. We hope you found our tips and advice helpful. And remember, home ownership may be closer than you think, and we are here to support you every step of the way. So please don't forget to subscribe, rate and review our podcast so you never miss an episode. Until next time.